Owning a credit card is an extremely common thing for nearly everybody to have, and applying for a credit card that has 0% interest is really desired due to the draw of this particular aspect. Now, one must certainly take into account that a credit card can land you in hot water if utilized in the wrong manner, although they can realize extremely useful purposes. As an example, a credit card is a great item to have if you want to buy something on the web. Credit cards can also come in handy if you are having a temporary problem with cash flow. Now, owing to the troubling truth that almost all cards carry a high rate of interest, there are a great many consumers that stay away from having cards altogether. There can be means of using credit cards while averting being forced to deal with the high rates of interest that can frequently come with them. What precisely are 0% interest cards? You very well have likely heard about credit cards that give consumers 0% interest rates. This terrific kind of credit card is extended by virtually all of the big credit card firms out there, including American Express and Discover. Should you be blessed with ideal credit, 0% interest credit cards can give you numerous bounties. One thing that you should be aware of is that the 0% interest rate credit cards will not always remain at 0%. This is what is referred to in the card trade as an opening rate. Thus, in essence, you will be able to get 0% on your card buys for the first 6 months to a year. When this opening rate is finished, then you will be working at a greater rate of interest. Learn how to get yourself okayed for a 0% interest card. To get approved for a 0 interest rate card, you first must carry ideal credit. You may find that various brokers will carry a different take on what acceptable credit should be. Before you choose to apply for a card, you should get a copy of the lender's card acceptance guidelines. This will guarantee you will stay away from any unneeded inquiries as it comes to your credit history. Just before you send in your completed application, you had better look over the conditions of agreement, likewise the credit acceptance conditions. It is in the conditions of agreement that will state things such as late payment fees and other important details. Whenever you provide a late payment, and should you be approved for a 0 interest rate card, the 0 interest rate era could end immediately. Likewise, if you carry another card and make late payment fees, you might end up with the 0% interest rate on your other card being terminated. The bounties of using 0% interest cards, credit cards that feature 0% interest rates, is an ideal way to make the expensive purchase that you plan paying off in a few months. This type of card is a much better choice than those cards that have a good deal higher rate of interest or getting a bank loan.